AskReddit by North Ping III. What is a good thing happening in the US right now that people aren't aware of? There's a guy in my hometown who hides thousands of dollars outside a children's rehab center, then calls the front desk and they have a little scavenger hunt until they find it. They then use the money to help families buy holiday gifts. No one knows who he is, but over the years, he's given over $100,000. It's usually front page news when the year's donation comes in. And you're telling me this guy isn't even filming it and making the front desk people express their gratitude on camera for the sake of clout and turning a profit? The nerve of some people. We've discovered a drug that places a significant pause on multiple sclerosis progression and are in trials for what could very well be the cure. Not only MS, but potentially all autoimmune disease, including Crohn's, T1 diabetes, arthritis, Lyme, and even allergies. There was a breakthrough on rabies treatment vaccine recently. I'm at work so we'll try to link when I get home. https://www.embapress.org/doi/full/10.2020126228. A judge in NJ got tired of sending juveniles in his court into the system, which often turned them to more criminal behavior, and decided to partner with a non-profit and zone educators to organize a school with trade hands-on learning opportunities with practical applications, apprenticeships, and other innovative elements. This model attracted top educators plus professionals with innovative teaching methods, and soon the students were performing, learning, plus 90% going on to college or other advanced schools. This began to get the attention of educator schools, who began to refer troubled teens with potential until there were no spots left. Soon it was a thriving alternative model with a wait list, attracting volunteers, resources, donors, educators, etc. All BC of a need seen by a motivated judge and an innovative solution that bloomed. This is a type of program that deserves study. Imagine if every city had this program. The cycle that this is breaking for these children is a huge impact, especially for that community. There is a new treatment for my brain cancer. There have been no advancements in like 40 years. I should be able to take it next year and it will hopefully delay my tumor growth. It's pretty exciting. I have done 2 clinical trials. One did not pan out. The other one they won't have the information for probably another 6-10 years. I'm expecting an update from you in 10 years. Don't let me down. A new national park is going to be created in Maine. Oh, that's so exciting. Congratulations on your upcoming addition, Maine. The IRS is testing a program in 2024 that will let most people file their taxes for free right at their website, so that should save people a little cash this spring. I'm really hoping this works well. It's been talked about for a while. Hopefully by 2025 it will eliminate some of the people that are hoping to die in their positions instead of letting others take over and implement forward-moving changes within the IRS. I still stand by my belief that we should handle our taxes much like other countries do. They should just tell us what we owe and we pay it. Or better still, take out the correct amount and then we don't have to play a guessing game, FFS. The sea stars on the west coast are returning after suffering a wasting disease a few years back. As a former marine biologist and echinoderm lover, this makes me happy. This has been making news for the last few years, but still fun to share. River otters are returning to their natural habitats. They were almost wiped out across the US and Canada because of pollution, fur trading and development driving them out of their natural habitats. But thanks to efforts to clean up waterways and reintroduce the otters, they seem to be thriving and cropping up all over the country. In my city, Chicago, they were even spotted in the river last year and hadn't been seen there for decades. Edit. I find it utterly delightful that everyone is commenting with their otter sightings. Please continue. Been seeing river otters, muskrats, and beaver in our local lakes just outside Raleigh, NC. And bald eagles are almost common, too. It's a thrill to see. Because of Mark Cuban extremely cheap online pharmacy where you can get your prescription drugs for fractions of what major retailers like CVS or Walgreens sell them for. Now CVS is beginning to switch to this model, so hopefully cheaper medicine for everybody will increasingly become a reality. Bruh. You have got to be kidding me. I just looked it up and used the link you coupled and posted, and I was able to see they have a medicine that I was prescribed over a month ago and my insurance refused to cover, and Walgreens wanted close to $400 for a 30-day supply. Cuban has it for $22 for the monthly supply. There's hopeful treatment for tinnitus that's aiming to be available early 2024. We're hearing protection, everyone. I'd like that link. I've had ringing in my ears for almost 2 decades and would love to experience silence again. A breast cancer vaccine is in early clinical Y% 3 FID equals 105,550,075. My mother-in-law is in this trial right now. Saved her life. It's working. This thread gives me hope. For the first time in a long time. Every year in Atlanta and surrounding areas, Clark Howard and affiliates raise donations to give literally every single kid in foster care gifts of their choosing for Christmas morning. They make the quota every year, and participating in it is a Christmas tradition at my house. Google Clark's Christmas Kids and give what you can. Clark Howard is a staple here in Atlanta and someone we always turn to for consumer news. It will be a sad day when he retires. Beekeeping and wildflower yards. Many folks are starting to actually do something to stave off ecosystem collapse by keeping honeybees and ditching yards for wildflowers and green spaces. Native is what is important here. We need more native bees, flora and fauna to support our ecosystems. If you are thinking of improving your garden, remove introduced species and plant local and native trees, shrubs and flowers. Edit. Don't forget native grasses. RE is slowly learning to recognize whale language. Meaning one day, successfully we could be able to communicate with them. Hopefully thus working to help conserve their species. I can't wait to hear a whale parent sing shout at their kid for wandering off. It's one of my favorite things to see in other species because it's such a universal thing for any adult who has spent time around children. After some really scary news in the late zeros, bee populations have been steadily on the rebound. This news makes me super happy. We need bees. We're killing cancer. Look at cancer survival rates over the last 5 years. Yes. My daughter is currently in remission from an extremely aggressive type of cancer. All the scientific papers even from a few years ago called the prognosis grim and basically unsurvivable. She currently has a solid chance of survival. I am so thankful this didn't happen 5 years earlier. One of the accounts I follow on Instagram just did a fundraiser to pay down medical debt around the country. RIP medical debt does what typical debt collections companies do and buys medical debt for pennies on the dollar. But instead of trying to still collect on it, they just forgive it. We raised over $1 million in a week, and it is going to completely forgive over $100 million in medical debt. It's a pittance compared to what's owed overall, and the healthcare system overall is a whole other thing, but it's going to change thousands of people's lives, and I think that's amazing. How do I buy my own medical debt for pennies on the dollar? Tucson has started an awesome pilot program to turn non-recyclable plastic waste into construction-grade building blocks. He %20 City %20 has %20 approved %20A, the %20 Lowe's %20 Reales %20 Sustainability %20 Campus. Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, https://imaginationlibrary.com. slash closed bracket sends out free books for kids under the age of 5, completely free of charge. My son was a recipient of these books. He's now approaching middle school. I'll always love Dolly Parton for her generosity to the world. So far, after almost a year of testing, there are no traceable amounts of PFAS chemicals in our local water supply. Wow, this is a lot better news than I thought I'd be seeing, and that's a push I needed today. Medical research is currently running trials using CAR-T infusions to treat a handful of autoimmune diseases. The infusion is made from the patient's own plasma. It is showing effectiveness on any diseases that result in specific antibodies that are seen only in the patients with the disease. And it's working. I know this to be true because I am in the trial. Edit. To add link. https://cartformg.org/ A guy in New Hampshire who was secretly a multimillionaire just passed away, and in his will he left his entire fortune, $3.8 million, to his hometown of about 4,200. More, https://www.cbsnews.com/jeffrey-holt-secret-multimillionaire-hinsdale-new-hampshire-millions/closed bracket. I sent this the plot to Mr. Deeds.